Let's get started. So today's class is going to be about branding. Going to jumping around in my slideshow right now, and branding your content using AI. Let's get this slideshow going. Okay, that's better. Okay, awesome. So I will want to say a lot of this starts with mindset and just positioning yourself from the very beginning. You are going to see and hear a lot more about AI, and I don't want this to just completely take over the whole process of creativity for you, especially in this position where you're building your brand, figuring out what your colors, logo, what that's going to look like, but also putting that into your SOPs, your guidelines for branding. And so understand that we're going to create more efficiency by streamlining how you're going to create emails through this, streamlining how you're going to communicate online through building up the foundations of how you're going to um, present your value proposition to your audience, to the people in person who you meet through presentations that you go on. So, really crafting your voice and positioning yourself. We talked a lot about this before, but I want to just further emphasize how important it is to really dig deep on your tone and style, your core story. What is that unique value that you bring to the table? Whether it's I started real estate because I saw how difficult it was. I saw how my experience could have been better, and I wanted to make sure that people get that same white glove experience and do better. So whatever that position is, let's talk about that more in depth. Grab a pen and paper right now. If you can, just pause. I'll give you some time, but really grab a paper and pen just to scribble on when things come to mind. If you're thinking about this uh, way of sending newsletters out, let's really dig into the colors, the layouts. Ask me questions if you have any. This is a open conversation as much as it is a class like instructor-led type of class. This is a place too. I want to open conversations about the topics. And so I'm happy to answer questions in between. But now we're looking at this board that's covering a few of the most important things we want to talk about. Tone and style. Are you the funny guy? Are you the guy who knows all of the fun facts? Are you, someone who wants to be perceived as the wise aunt or uncle? Like these are fun ways to present your personality. How can we bring your personality into what you do and make that fun? Make that be so much of a part of you that personal brand and business brand is not different. It's the same. And once you really get good at blending the two, life gets so much easier. You know who you are, and you know how no guess and question and doubt about who your target audience is. That's where it gets a lot easier. It's not only knowing who you are and how your brand comes across, how it's unique, but also knowing who your target audience is will help creating your approach much easier. Will create making those newsletters, those social posts much easier. Specific phrases too will help AI as we're now, talking more about how to use AI to make life easier, including those specific jargon, tagline, catchphrases that you use, how you start your emails, how you like to end your emails, makes creating this more efficient. That's where we are now crafting AI to talk more like us. That's where we really use our time well because we're not going back and forth with every session, training the algorithm to just get this one email done right, like how I like it. It's so great, but also because AI is so available, we're so impatient sometimes. And I'm going back and forth and I'm like, I want this to be so perfect. It's not as perfect as I thought it was from the very beginning. So let's go in a little bit deeper. Now, just if everybody can type in the chat what software you use, what's your choice or AI language model of choice? It's like, do you want fries or do you want mashed potatoes? Are you using ChatGPT or are you using Gemini?
What
If
if you use all of them?
you use all of them and it's for a different reason. Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. Um, ChatGPT. Yeah, I love that. And here's something I just found recently. Everybody uses both. Okay, great. So you can now schedule out prompts if that's the information that you need. And if you see sometimes if you're using ChatGPT on your phone, you'll get a notification that that prompt is ready or whatever you've calculated is ready now. So we're looking into experimenting with that piece of scheduling out prompts, but glad to know that everybody's familiar with ChatGPT because I was a early user of ChatGPT. Now I'm really trying to adapt to using Gemini on a regular basis. The projects file that I want to talk about more is in ChatGPT right now. It's available in ChatGPT, but uh not in the Gemini world. But I'm sure it'll catch up soon. Anyway, so building your branding sheet. Today I'll give you a doc that I use to organize brands with specific details. Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, Sora. You haven't sent me any videos yet, Michael. And I want to know what kind of videos you've made.
Um,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
no, hold on. Let's see.
Definitely send me an email if you can, or find me on Instagram or Facebook. There you are. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. So, in our branding sheet that I'll send you guys today, in a few moments I'll jump into it after I go through all of these promises is just the bulk of the talking that I want to do today. Oh, you sent something. Oh, okay, amazing.
Now that's
So,
a funny
we can
one.
all laugh.
I hear. I actually want to share one that's really. So I'll add one to the chat just for other people.
Yeah.
But this one is a branded one for my real estate, and so this one will be a better choice.
What? That's okay. I cannot be distracted, but I'm gonna have to watch this.
I'm
Act.
sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean to do that to you.
I think I know what commercial that is. Is that a mix of a commercial?
No, I made that myself,
Wow.
joking about the idea that the NFL is rigged nowadays and that the referees are in it, the offensive coordinators are involved, the players are all scripted. Every time you see these controversial calls, it's like these guys are just in status quo mode. And I'm like,
Yeah,
Vegas is the only one that controls that much influence. They could, FanDuel and all these betting apps. And so I pretty much am at a point where I believe the NFL is rigged. But anyhow, that's a separate conversation. Sorry.
that's funny. Oh, awesome. Thank you for sharing. So
Sure.
I I might pick on you a little bit for some
Fair enough.
questions, some more questions in the future and then in the next slides. So identifying who you are. Now I know, Michael, you like football, so you're probably going to be sharing a lot about when the next games are happening and having them.
This one is one I just made for my brand. And
Yeah,
so you guys would like that one.
yeah, yeah. Um, and so identifying who you serve, who you are, your tone, your values, and just kind of going deeper into crafting and establishing this. So I want to move into the example and then we'll use some really real life examples. This is I think you guys have seen this many times before. You've used ChatGPT. Does not come out as specific unless you've used it or you jump into the same conversation that you've used before. And that can get a little bit messy. So we're going to try to organize it as best can today. And to make sure that AI uses the correct tone and warm language that you prefer. I'm going to stop sharing for just a moment to change my screens, but does anybody have any questions? Throw them in the chat. Um, and I will change my screens and I'll be right in there sharing again. 1 second. Mm.
There's a ton of questions. Most of my questions are going to be related to not so much AI though. So it's more brevity and kind of stuff like that. But I do want to see how if somebody at the higher up levels that have already gotten to the level where we can now incorporate, like I'm describing right now, a Sora commercial with a landing page that then feeds into Brivity as a follow-up CRM so that the whole process becomes an automated conversation that's fluidly happening. That's what I would like to develop. So,
Yeah, so for that, you and I can chat a lot more later, but building that custom landing page with a fill form and just having the information that's being submitted be routed into your CRM, just to clarify?
yeah, but going from say, okay, so let's say you make a Sora commercial, right? And you'll see the one that I uploaded was actually a branded one. So say I make this branded commercial for luxury waterfront real estate, and a listing agent or a listing potential listing wants to click on that ad and then go directly to my page
Mhm.
for setting up a consultation or calling, texting, whatever.
Mm.
That's where I need some assistance and how to take these AI tools and integrate them into your already developed platforms and landing pages.
Mm-hmm. I'm familiar.
So yeah, I've got specific questions.
We'll talk later. That's definitely send me an email. I think I have your email too, but
I don't have your, can you post it? I tried to look for you last time. I even your QR code didn't have your email branding info or your
oh,
contact info.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, let me send you I'll send you all of that. Well, if you have my email in the chat, you can send me a message or write your email.
Okay.
I can find you.
Um, yeah, here. I'll just put mine in here as well.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, I'm ready to share and we'll get started. This is exciting, you guys. I appreciate the feedback because I'm building the curriculum for next month's class. Yes, yes, I have your email. Okay. Um, I have the curriculum. I'm setting it up for next month, and integrations was one of the highly requested ones. I think too from the West Seattle office as well. So, just a really quick toggle on here. Okay. So there's in Canva, you can pull up a project. I think the best way to look for this type of project where it's a layout is a media kit. You can pull up a media kit and I can show you an example of what that will look like, but just the organization of it. So as you
Hmm.
export the file and upload it into your projects file, I think the best way to have AI read it would be in a PDF version. Uh, Not a link, but to specifically download the PDF version. But for specificity, I have a Google Doc version. Some people like Google Doc. It's easy, it's simple. So this is what I'll give to you today as an example. We filled in a couple of colors, font.
Would you be sharing this with us?
I am, yeah, I will be sharing this with you
Thank
guys.
you.
So the
I have a
fonts,
question regarding something you just said.
yes.
So your Google Doc,
Yeah,
can we utilize, because I want to be able to give my ChatGPT access to my Google Doc to be able to pull it from certain references and
correct.
consistency.
Yep. Yeah, you
And
can.
I want somebody to teach me how I can establish that.
We'll do that. Let's do that today before we all head out. We'll make sure to do that. Let me write that down. You'll remind me, actually.
Okay.
My pen. Um, okay. So the header, subsection or subheadings, and then text, stick to clear. Some people like rounded, some people like sharp edged, luxury often goes towards that like sharp edged lettering type of font. Sans is a really good font to read. It's super legible all across the board. It's pretty interesting if you want to explore what kind of fonts would be relevant to you. Feel free to explore ChatGPT, ask it suggestions, but really focusing on what you want to highlight here. Um, and then designs. These are all examples, bold text overlays, but now it's organized in a way where you know how to plug in everything that you need to document. So we're documenting things. Now it goes into specific uh, content calendar references. And so if you were to throw this into your project file and ask a question
We
later
can't.
on. So
Sorry,
say,
I don't know, it was just me or I was not able to hear you in between.
oh, okay. Let's was it around this part? Should I go
Yeah.
up a little bit more?
No, no, that's fine.
Okay. Okay. So can everybody hear me okay? Is that okay now, Garima?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Um, so fonts, video inspiration, this goes into documenting content styles for social media, content styles for even newsletters, very transferable. I definitely recommend some of my clients to use their newsletter content to create content for social media. So this organization, if you guys use this, it will make life so much easier. Let's dive into what it looks like on ChatGPT.
We
Alrighty,
just need to upload this in ChatGPT every time. Next time it will create something for us. It will remember all these. That's the idea.
correct. And then we're gonna go into the integration of your personal Google Docs, which using your KW email, you should be able to have access to that. So let me open up a new project and then share this screen. So I'm going to create a new project. Just one second. In ChatGPT on the left-hand side, you have all of the different projects underneath. Then now we would add the file here. And in this file, I will download my document, my brand pack. Let me just do that right now as an example. You're not looking at the screen that I'm downloading from because it's on a different tab, but I'm just gonna download something just for the sake of uploading it again. And we'll go back into another document that I use primarily for building up your brand. It has questions like, what's your vision and mission? What's your unique value proposition? What are your specific expertise in your field? And it goes deeper into asking questions about what are your audience's pains, fears, and goals? How can we create content that appeals to them specifically, and that message be more concise? And so, talking a little bit more about that in a moment here, but for the sake of uploading an example, I want to upload.
This is super helpful, JC. I didn't even know there's something called projects on ChatGPT. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. I'm glad you guys are taking good, something good from here. Really, really hope that this class is so efficient, you guys. I'm loving doing this too. So now I have one file uploaded. And as I ask questions, I can say statements like refer to our project files in this project or any of that language. But to specifically start off with, act as a expert marketer, act as a whatever topic you're researching on. But starting off your prompts that way will be more of a benefit to you. And so now we have this pack uploaded there. Let's change our screen to something else I will share with you guys too after this call. But want to just help you guys get the creative juices flowing. Want to make sure that everybody can see my screen now. I'm sharing another doc and the title is intro call.
Yes, we can see.
Okay. So thinking about building your brand identity, we're asking a lot more questions that you would encounter when you're building your business plan, brand mission, long-term vision, and I have some examples, but also to say it really matters if you put time and effort into this part. It's taken me, months sometimes, even at a refresh point where you're trying to dive deeper. And this refresh point may happen 6 months down the road. Who knows? But your brand will change. Build up a starting point. Don't hold yourself back. Give yourself a time limit. Don't want you to spend more than 5 days overthinking this, not even 5 days, maybe a day. I'm exaggerating because sometimes I like to go back and the next day look at what I wrote down and really evaluate if it is where it's at, it's where I like it to be. So this is a quick guideline that I use to gather more information, understand the brand as a whole. And so downloading this right here, PDF. Think it says CSV and PDF and text documents are what it likes. In the project files where you upload the documents. Oh, CFCS, CSV, CVS,
Yeah, I
CSV.
was wondering CSV is like
Too much acronyms, PDF. Okay, and then so now that's set in stone. We can operate with much more efficiency. And then there's a settings, project settings. Give me a moment to find out where the settings button is, but there is a option to now. I think I have to see it in full view. That's what happens. Some things disappear. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so I'm actually see more. Nope, that's not the one. So there is a settings where you can integrate your Google Calendar and all of the other tools that you use that is accepted here by ChatGPT too. So you can reference what you're looking for.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
So what Michael was asking earlier is to be able to reference your Google Docs workspace. There you go. Okay, at the very bottom, we have settings, either settings or personalizations. Okay, yeah, it's here. So here we have different apps that you can connect. So ChatGPT can talk to those apps specifically. This is our favorite project management tool. Here's your Google Drive, Michael, that now you can use to reference when it is connected. Google Calendar.
Perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. You're
Yeah.
right. Couldn't find that. So now I
Oh,
know where it is.
and this changes so often. Right now, we're experimenting with what the scheduling option would look like as it relates to connecting to your project management board. This is probably easier for initial. Now, what you're asking for, Michael, is connecting the pages to or a landing page to your CRM, which would be a Zapier or NA to N.
Right. The way I was gonna end up having to do it was via Zapier, utilizing it as an
Yeah.
automation tool.
Yep. Try NA to N too. I think it might be
Yeah,
cheap.
I will try
Mhm.
because that's just exactly what I was looking for in ChatGPT. I tried finding, I couldn't locate that personalization. That's what it was.
Personalization, no, it's in settings, but now it's in app
Right.
connectors right here. So personalization is new too. You guys are exploring this with me today as I'm finding it now. So given that information I gave to you, I also use that files portion to upload my scripts. If I have a conversation going back and forth with a client, I want to guarantee that I'm going to ask specific questions in that scenario. Call it a setter goal, a setter script.
Hmm.
Upload that too, but it's anything under the sun. If you can think about, this is what I don't want to say, this is what I do want to say. And in
Correct.
the meantime, send over your emails in the chat so I can make sure that you guys get the documents from today. But in personalization too, it's got its own tone segment. Now I've got a field where I can add that to it.
How do you
Uh,
use that script?
The
So
script is
yeah,
this.
once you upload that as a file in the project, how do you use it?
I would ask it to create questions for me for a specific client. If I have a scenario for them, to ask me, use the setter script to help me ask them the next question.
Okay.
I want to make sure that I'm targeting all of the different topics or questions, but referring to that setter script.
Okay.
Custom instructions. This looks like it's generic for the entire account. So if you're going to be managing different projects, different businesses, this might not work unless it's for a specific project. Now, projects I'm referring to are the ones on the left-hand side where I've test, me stuff, my business, work, I don't know, random stuff.
Have
Um,
you started utilizing agents in
agent,
ChatGPT?
not yet. I've
Okay.
tried to create agents through Go High Level, which is a CRM.
I have it.
You have it?
Yes.
I love that. Oh my gosh, yeah. So yeah, let's chat more. If anybody has
Yes,
any
I
questions.
was hoping you'd reach out last week, but whatever. Yes, I would love to follow up.
Okay, I'll call you after this. Does anybody have any questions?
No.
No. Okay, awesome. I think that's the majority of this class. Next week, we don't have a class. It's the week of Thanksgiving. It's actually Thanksgiving Day on Thursday next week. So we will resume next month. I have a list of questions, or a list of class ideas. So if you guys want to vote on that, I would love your feedback because there's a couple of you have seen here before. And yes, Michael, Garima, I Sunny, I really like to get you guys' feedback using this on a high level, what would be most beneficial for you guys. The topics that I have, uh, and forgot where I put them, but they're in my folders somewhere. But I should message you guys. You guys drop your email in the chat. I'll be able to send you a follow-up for today's call. Otherwise, I might not be able to because I
You have my email or you want me to send again?
do. I have your email, Garima. I do. Ah,
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you. We'll follow up.
guys.
I look forward to it.
Okay, sounds good. Have a great day.